Hello, welcome to my channel. This is the Wendy and Neverland channel. Mostly we try to talk about cross stitch, but I do throw in some things about what's going on in my life. So there could be videos of other things. Today, thought I'd come to you with my lovely little calendar that's kind of gotten all wonky now. Is Wednesday, October 16th. And yes, the rain is here. The rain is here. It started today. We've had a couple of really nice days. Actually, we've had quite a few fairly nice days. And I know it's supposed to rain for like the next 5 days, and who knows what's going to do after that. But probably it's here for good. It's here for the next 7+ months. So it rains a lot in Oregon, so that's what makes everything nice and green and lovely. I'm coming here today with my lovely hoedown, farm the farm, fall, whatever you want to call it look. Thought I'd do something kind of fun today. I mean, it's that time of year. People are out harvesting things. Got the fall and Thanksgiving coming up. So let's move on with some good stuff, some updates on what's happening. My hubby's traveling again. I don't know if I've mentioned on this channel before, but he travels probably about a quarter of the year for work. Usually he's gone for about 4 days and maybe 5 and then comes back. Sometimes even shorter than that. This trip is going to be... I'm not sure yet. I don't think he's even decided. Even though he's already left the house and he's gone to his first destination, he hasn't decided yet whether he's going to fly back home and, for after being gone for about a week and turn around and basically fly right back out maybe the next day, not sure, and go to a couple other places and then come back. I think I told him I thought that was a really dumb idea because he's on the East Coast right now. And so everything he would be hitting is all along the way. So why fly all the way to Oregon just to fly all the way back down to the South? So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. We don't really have any plans for the foreseeable future. Usually we have some kind of vacation planned. Something's going to be coming up, but nothing right now. So it's going to be pretty quiet, I think. I may, since my yard, I can't really do anything anymore, which I'm glad because I do need a break from that. But I may do some inside stuff. I may paint something. I know our hallway needs painting badly. The problem is it's a 2-story hallway with a stairway in the way, and I don't really want to do that. I don't want to finagle the stairs and getting that high, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may have to hire somebody to get to the top levels just so I don't have to try and do that. When I was younger, fearless to a degree. There were some things that I was like, I really don't want to do this. But there's a lot of things where I probably shouldn't have done them. And this is one of those things that I probably would have tried to do. But you know what? You get older, it gets a little bit harder to move. And so you just don't really want to do it anymore. So I'm not sure. I also may start remodeling the upstairs bathroom. It needs it. I think there's a leak somewhere, like from the shower possibly. So we haven't been using the shower upstairs. There's other issues that are going on. It really needs it as well. So maybe. The other thing that I did, and many of you probably did the same thing, I went to a pumpkin patch. Don't have kids that I take. But I like going there to get my pumpkins because, for one, it's kind of fun being able to walk out in the field or, pick from what they've already picked. And if it's a nice day, you get to be outside. That's always a benefit for me. I love being outside. So I went to the pumpkin patch by myself and got a couple pumpkins. All right, we are at Papa's pumpkin patch. Let's see what we can find. They have lots of different stuff here besides just pumpkins, and they have stuff that's already picked, as well as fields that you can walk out in. And as well, they have all kinds of, they've got some plants, some art, garden art. So question to you all, what kind of pumpkins do you prefer? Do you stick with the same old orange ones, the traditional orange ones? Do you like the funky knobby ones with different colors here? They even have some kind of greeny kind of ones. They have white ones as well. Which ones do you guys like? I know some people get kind of freaked out and they really don't care for the white ones. I saw a picture, I think I saw a picture of someone who'd taken something like this and made it into a Frankenstein. So he's kind of greenish and put bolts on the side of him, doctored him all up like that. So, all right. And as I mentioned, they do have white ones. So I'm going to look around and see if I'm going to have to walk out into the fields or not. As you can see, there's lots and lots of fields. You just walk around all over the place. So it may not be the prettiest pumpkin patch because there's a lot of weeds amongst everything. But you know what? It's the thrill of the hunt. Am I going to find what I'm looking for? And just looking and wandering. And it's a beautiful day, so why not? Some of the different colored ones are growing amongst all these orange ones. Pumpkin washing station. That way you don't have to put dirty pumpkins in your car. Lovely hose. Let's see. I don't have a lot of dirt, but there's one little spot. I kind of changed my mind. The one I brought from the field, I decided not to do because it's not quite the right shade of green I wanted. I know you're all probably thinking, you're getting your pumpkin wet and you're going to have to put that in your car. But you know what? I'd rather have a little bit of a wet one than a dirty one. So that was a lot of fun. We, it was a beautiful day. It was like one of probably the last really, really nice days that we are going to have. And I kind of knew that. So I specifically planned on being able to go out and do that day. All right, let's move on to stitchy stuff. The first thing I think we'll cover is our webs. What do I've got still going on that I'm working on? So I actually took it out of the frame because I had to move it. And that is my witchy washi. Let's try that again. There was a little stink bug or something sitting on him. Witchy washi. He could have been part of the pattern. I hadn't said anything. Yes, so I have this side, so now I can move over and finish the other side of the wash line, and the clothes are hanging there, as well as the other tree. So this is, let's see if I can get that to do this without glaring. It's not wanting to work. There we go. So yeah, I've got this side left that I've got to do. This item right here, the spider, I still need to to stitch the part that comes down his string that he's hanging on in his legs, but it's a button as well as that. That's a button, that's a button. So there's a few things that I don't have stitched, but it's because they're buttons. So getting there with that. I was able to work on a little bit more than I had before. I also have a HAID that I've been working on for years and years and years, like we all do when we have HAIDs. I have not been working on this really hardly at all for quite a while. I may pick that up again. I'm not real sure. I'm not going to show you it because I just don't know. I just thought I'd at least show you what I was working on. So we'll have to see if I pick that up. And that is all my whips. So, you know what that means. I finished a bunch of stuff. And the first one we're going to show you. Yay! Esther's Wave. Finished. Finished, people. Okay, so let's get this out. It's a longie. Long, long, long one. There it is. Now, I will come up so you can see. Hopefully, the stitching will show up real well. Sometimes it doesn't focus as well as I'd like it to. And because it's so long, I can't really hold anything behind it to keep that light from shining through. Sorry about that. Okay, I gotta hold it up a little more. And that's the last of it. So hopefully it focused well enough. I know I'm kind of moving it around a little bit, but it's kind of hard to hold because it's so long. And I don't know how well it's truly focusing. I'm kind of looking at it, but until you watch it on the video, you don't know how much it really focused. So, as I mentioned, there it is. Yay! So happy. I love the way it turned out, but I'm also happy that it's done. I am going to show you a little video now because it was easier to do it separate instead of trying to move the camera around and put everything down and get it all situated just right. It was easier to film that separately and show you. So I found a frame. My goal is, unless it's something like my HAID, whenever, I'm not going to say if, whenever I finish it, I will probably get it framed by somebody. I won't just try to make it work with whatever. But most of my other projects, I either might have frames that I have purchased that are new or I have found thrifting. And so I try to do that because, as y'all know, frames are so expensive. And if it can work with a frame that I find at a thrift store and look really nice, then I am not going to pay, up to $100 easily for a frame. So I found a frame at a thrift store and I set the Esther's Wave on there so you could kind of see how it would be placed. And then I took a video of it because I wanted to show you kind of what it would look like and get your opinion on it. So I'm going to insert that now. All right, so this is what it looks like. I've just folded the edges over. That's it. I haven't stretched it yet so that you would be able to see what that looks like. But as you can see, it would be from side to side, it would stretch right to the edge of the frame. The top and the bottom would have a little bit of an edge to it on the material. But yeah, when it's stretched out, it's going to look like it's coming directly out of the frame. I mean, there's just no extra room left at all once it'll be stretched out. So tell me what y'all think. I mean, I love the frame. I got it at Goodwill. It's in perfect condition. It's beautiful. It's this dark brown, kind of like mahogany type of color. So tell me what you think of the color of the frame as well. Does it seem complemented enough does it seem like it's kind of off? Is you think it's not going to look good with the piece in it? I don't know. So I want you to give me your opinion. Do you think that it looks good like that? As you could see, it was kind of laying a little not as flat as it would because I had to fold the fabric under. So it kind of made the little bubble there on the sides. It's going to go right up to the edge of that frame, as I mentioned, on the sides. The top and bottom will have about maybe an inch and a half of a difference there between the frame and the stitching. I don't know. I mean, I love the frame, it's beautiful, but does it work with that particular project? All the colors in there are browns and greens and blues, but is it the right brown for that project? So tell me what you think, and then we'll go from there. I'll decide, because I can frame it pretty quickly if I decide that's what's going to be. I just have to get some foam core. Alrighty. I also have a bunch of finish projects and FFO projects. I was busy this week. Busy. So a stitched project that I had done and finished a while back, probably maybe a month ago, as far as a month. I'm not sure if it's been quite that long. And then I haven't done anything because I've been busy with a whole bunch of other things. But I went back to it and I FFO'd it. So I'm going to show you that. And I wanted to FFO it now because it's appropriate, time appropriate. It's not really in here like I have not, it just kind of sits in there carefully. So, it is the Field Mouse Hollow. So I went thrifting, found a pair of shoes. I'll show you what they looked like before I messed around with them. It was just this. But and this would never fit my foot, I don't think. I think it's too big, much too big. But what I liked about it is that it had a zipper on both sides so that I could take it, and this is what I actually did. I could unzip it and fold that front part down like that. And it gave me more of this base, a wider base to sit stuff in. So what am I going to do with this shoe? I don't know. It'll go in my crafting set aside. Maybe I'll use it for another project. But I'm going to take out the project itself. All my little things are falling out. So there I did this lovely back, and then I did this. So it's, I think it's like a felt ribbon that's in there, but it's got all this stuff over the top of it. So they wove this felt ribbon inside of this. But I like it because it's just kind of a little messy and kind of, fall-y, Halloween-y look. I really like it. So that's what that looks like. All the other stuff that I use to as decoration, I'll show you. Okay, all this other stuff I found also at thrift store. It was an arrangement. This is just fake flower stuff, but it's the perfect colors. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So you got the black shoe, flowers and green, the little orange flowers sitting there and the green leaves. I mean, it doesn't get any more perfect than that, people. So, awesome stuff, man. Another FFO that I have, so I actually finished, so that was a finish a while ago. So something else that I finished and FFO'd was my creepy crawly. So he's all finished. And yeah, I used the leftover beads. I did use some other ones. There's some long black ones that are in there. They're not really focusing very well. That came from something else. But the small round black ones and the silver ones were from the kit. So that's a finish. I'll put that on my tree. All right. Had to kind of splice that together because my camera, my phone, said that it ran out of space. So I had to clear out some stuff, some old stuff that I didn't need there anymore. So the other FFO, and I'm calling this an FFO because it's nearly done, but it's just got, I'm just wrapping up the last little bits of it. And that, Mr. and Mrs. Delicious, finally finished. And it's the size that I want, and they're looking good. Yeah. So this is the fabric that I chose for the back, and it looks real nice because you got the yellow in there. And then I've got the red trim to go along. Got a little bit of red in there as well to look real nice together. Nice fall colors. So, finished. So, as I said, I'm just finishing up this little trim part. I'm going to have that done today. When I finish the trim and I get the rest of the decorations, decor, whatever I'm going to add with this, because I'm not just going to plop this in its pan and say done. Okay, it's kind of like my shoe. I've got to have the floral in there. So I'm not sure what I'll add to it. Never do. It just kind of until I find something and inspiration hits. So hopefully in the next video, I will have finished the putting everything in the pan and having these guys in there, and you'll get to see it all lovely. So excited. So cool. Okay, so something else that I ended up doing when I was at Acorns, it might have been the last time, could have been the time before that. I'm not sure when it was. I was looking for fabric for other stuff, and then I had seen just off to the side, they had this chart sitting on top of fabric that I don't know if they dyed. They were kind of busy, so I wasn't able to really ask them, or if they bought the fabric like that. So I took a picture of it because I didn't see it. So I thought, well, I already have fabric that the called for fabric. As you can see, it's kind of a lighter creamy color. Let me see if I see what's on here. It was Weeks Linen. And so it's just a creamy kind of color. I took a picture of the fabric that they had laying there and thought, I'll do this myself. I've dyed fabric before. I'll give it a shot. You know, if it goes totally wrong, totally terribly wrong, then I'll just buy more and start with the called for, or I don't know. And it was an experiment because I didn't know exactly what colors to use, kind of guessing. And so I would mix it, and I use a liquid dye. Mix it up, kind of test it on some paper towels, see what color came out, and wasn't really turning out the way I wanted the color. So I just kind of had to keep mixing and changing and Frankensteining it to death. But what I got, I think it's pretty close to what they had, and I'm sure it's not exact. But I really like it, and so I'm going to go ahead and use it. There it is. It's kind of a green and bluish kind of colors, but it will look very nice with this. Very nice indeed. So that's something else I worked on in the last couple weeks. Get to some purchases. I actually have a few more than I normally would have, so that's kind of unusual. This is kind of off. I mean, it's stitching related, but not exactly stitching. I've been doing the 12 Days of Christmas ornaments from Hallmark, and they're up to 9 this year. So 9 Ladies Dancing was the one I needed to get. And while I was in there, I was looking around, of course. They got a lot of neat stuff. And I happened to see this. It's adorable. Absolutely adorable. It's got a little heart in there that it's being stitched. And this There's actually like a thread running across there. The reason that I thought I would get this is not only does it say stitch, which I'm going to use it for more than just the sewing machine part of stitch, but it says sew. And the sew, I'm going to represent that as my business of making bags and grime guards and things like that. So it'll kind of be a double meaning. So the sew for my business, the stitch for the fun stitchy stuff that I do. And I'll take like a Sharpie and write 2019 either here, or I'll put it on the back or something, just to indicate the year that I did that. So very cute, very cute. Some other stuff that I got. This isn't very exciting. A couple of frames. These are for the Out on a Limb Mill Hill bird kits. I did the two. I did the yellow bird and I did the blue bird. So I had to get the frames for them. So I will buy ready-made frames that are brand new, especially for this, because they match very nicely and they're the right size. This would be a little hard to find for the size because it's a 6x6 and that's not something you're going to find pretty readily. All right, some other things that I got. Here we go. Sheep, because we like sheep. Beans and coffee, because we would all die if we didn't have our coffee. Gotta have the coffee, man. So this is Country Spirits Collection, Homespun Elegance. It says delivering the coffee beans. Need that, man. And you've probably seen this already. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, so the heartstring sampling, this was the ornament T-ball patterns. Now, she sold the whole kit. So she sold the ones with the T-balls and the pattern all together at Market, wherever she was at. Can't remember where it's at now. This I got at Acorns, but they did not come as the kit. So I still have to get the T-balls. So I know she said on her YouTube when she was getting ready to go that she was able to go to like a restaurant supplier and get her T-balls. And as she mentioned, most people aren't able to do this. So I don't know. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna get mine, but they're so adorable. And if you didn't watch her video about this, there are patterns for this size, which is the larger size, and then some smaller ones. So the pattern's not as big and it fits on the small T-balls as well. So cool stuff. These are so freaking adorable. You just crack me up. So Auto Squirrel, that is a vampire, or at least he's dressed up as one. It's all trick-or-treating. And then you've got the other little squirrel down here who's dressed up like a little princess or something. It looks like she has a crown on and maybe a tutu or a shirt with a frilly at the bottom. I don't know, but that big squirrel with the cape and looking like Dracula, that got me. That's so funny. All right, and the other thing that I really like, and I don't know why, because I don't want to see them in real life, at least not around my house. You see them in a cage, I'm just fine, are the mice. So I've got the Field Mouse Hollow. I did that. I've got some other ones. I did the Christmas one already. Can't remember if I have more of the mice one, but when you got little mice, they're so cute. So I found this. Ah! So adorable. So this is Madame Chantilly. So stinking cute. It's just called Halloween Mouses. Not mice, mouses. But again, you've got the little doctor guy. You've got, I'm guessing that's supposed to be like a Dracula. You got your skeleton. Witchy, the little witch. With the little poison bottle. So cute. So cute. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it. So much fun. The only other thing I did when I was thrifting is I found this. Now, I realized this was probably a banana holder or something like that. I'm going to use this to hold some kind of project. Here's a great idea. Because I'm always looking for things, whether it's a stand that they lean against or something like that, because not everything's going to go on the wall. So something that you can either put it in, lean it against, whatever, gives you something different to do with it. There it is. Frame my face with it. So that will be for some other project. I just don't know. Just had to get it. The last thing I need to cover is I had mentioned in my last video that I was going to do a giveaway. And the giveaway was for these adorable owl scissors. Absolutely adorable. So, and I have a pair for myself, and they cut very nicely. I mean, the tip isn't very big, but it cuts nice. So with that, our winner for our lovely owl scissors is going to Patchy Pony Stitcher. Yay! I went and looked. She has some videos, and I went and looked, and her intro, she says, hi, and I think she says her name is Mel. I hope I got that right, because I listened to it like 3 times as loud as I could, and I wasn't quite sure if that's what she said, but we're going to go with it for now. So I need to get your address. So if you can private message me that or send me an email, and then I will get that from you and send these off to you. So much fun. They're so cute. So anyway, I think we're done. Thankfully, this video is mostly just stitching. I did a little bit of the stuff with, talking about our updates for our family and then the pumpkin thing, but mostly videos. Anyway, with that, I'm going to send you off to whatever loveliness that you're doing, and we'll talk to you next time. See you later. Bye.